Hey everybody, welcome to Luxury Now. Today we're going to go over the top 10 richest women in the United States. Make sure to watch until number 1, because it's not who you'd expect. 10. Nancy Walton-Laurie, $7.1 billion. Nancy Walton-Laurie is a daughter of Bud Walton, who is the brother and business partner of Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart. Nancy Walton, along with her older sister Ann Walton-Cronkey, inherited a stake in Walmart, which is now worth $9 billion after the death of their father, Bud Walton, who died at the age of 73 after an unsuccessful aneurysm surgery. While attending the University of Memphis, Nancy started dating her childhood friend Bill Laurie, who was on the college's basketball team, and even played in the 1973 NCAA championship against the UCLA Bruins. Bill Laurie and Nancy Walton ended up getting married 2 years after graduating from the University of Memphis. Unlike many billionaires, Nancy and Bill have been anything but stingy with their money. In 2001, the couple donated $25 million to the University of Missouri to help fund a new basketball arena for the school. 9. Blair Parry Oakton, $7.6 billion. Was born in Honolulu, Hawaii, in the year of 1950. She went on to attend La Pietra, Hawaii School for Girls, a school founded by her mother, Barbara Cox Anthon, and was trained to be a teacher. Parry Oakton is the granddaughter of James M. Cox, who is the founder of Cox Enterprises, a privately owned and operated media company. Parry Oakton went on to inherit 25% of Cox Enterprise after her mother, Barbara Cox, passed away in 2007. During the 1970s, Parry Oakton moved to Australia to live with her now ex-husband Simon, who she had 2 children with. To this day, Parry Oakton still resides in Australia and was named the richest person in Australia by Forbes in 2016, with a whopping net worth of $9.8 million. Sadly, for Parry Oakton, she never reappeared on the list due to her American citizenship. 8. Ann Walton-Cronkey, $7.9 billion. Ann Walton-Cronkey is the older sister of Nancy Walton-Laurie and the daughter of Bud Walton, who we all know by now is the brother of the founder of Walmart, Sam Walton. Ann Walton-Cronkey split her inheritance with her sister after the passing of their father, Bud Walton. After becoming a registered nurse, Ann Walton went on to marry Stan Kroenke, a real estate billionaire. Stan Kroenke is most well known as being the majority owner and CEO of the Los Angeles Rams, Arsenal Football Club, Colorado Rapids, and the Colorado Mammoth. Ann Walton also owns a couple of professional sports teams, which are the Denver Nuggets and the Colorado Avalanche. 7. Christy Wharton, $8.9 billion. Christy Wharton is the 3rd member on our list who is part of the Walmart fortune. Unfortunately, just like her other family members on our list, Christy Wharton received her wealth from the loss of a loved one. In June of 2005, Christy Wharton's husband, John T. Wharton, died while flying an experimental aircraft in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. As a result of her husband's untimely death, Christy Wharton was the main recipient of her husband's $18.2 billion. Christy Wharton doesn't hoard all of her billions to herself. Christy Wharton is known to have donated more money than any female philanthropist in the world. While having a net worth of $16.3 billion, Christy Wharton donated $3.5 billion between the years of 2002 and 2006. In 2006, Christy Wharton donated her 1800s Victorian-style house to preserve it as a historical site. 6. Abigail Johnson, $10.8 billion. Abigail Johnson is the president and CEO of Fidelity Investments and is the chairman of its sister company, Fidelity International, after her father stepped down in 2014. Fidelity Investments was founded in 1946 by her grandfather, Edward C. Johnson II. Johnson owns an impressive 25% of the company, almost $3 trillion worth of assets. After receiving an MBA from Harvard, she worked at Fidelity as an analyst and portfolio manager, working her way up to senior executive management. In 2019, Forbes ranked Abigail Johnson as the 7th most powerful woman in the world. After all, She manages a company with 45,000 employees. 5. Laurene Powell Jobs, $16.4 billion. At 56, Laurene Powell Jobs is the 5th richest woman on our list. Back in 1989, Steve Jobs was hosting a motivational lecture at the Stanford Business School, where Laurene was a student working on her MBA. Before the lecture started, Laurene sneaked up the front row and strategically sat next to Steve Jobs. The two ended up chatting and decided to go out for dinner the same night. A year and a half later, the couple decided to get married in Yosemite National Park and have 3 children together. Laurene Powell Jobs went on to co-found Terravera, a natural foods company based in California. She also notably served on the board of directors for Anchiva, a website which helps students prepare for standardized tests. October 5th, 2011 was a sad day for Laurene, her family, and many people around the world alike, especially in the business world. October 5th was the day that her husband, Steve Jobs, who was the CEO of Apple, passed away as a result of his long battle with pancreatic cancer. As a result, Laurene Powell Jobs inherited Steve Jobs Trust, which includes a 7.3% in the Walt Disney Company, which was worth an estimated $11.1 billion. Her inheritance also included a massive 35.5 million shares of Apple Inc. 4. Jacqueline Mars, $24.7 billion. Born on October 9, 1939, Jacqueline Mars is the 4th richest woman in the world. Jacqueline Mars is the granddaughter of Frank C. Mars, the founder of Mars Inc. Being a member of the Mars family, Jacqueline had no issues getting a high-paying position within the company, which she worked for from 1982 until her retirement in 2001. Jacqueline Mars also inherited a third of the $35 billion Mars brand. Jacqueline is very lucky to be on our list. Why is this? This is due to an incident in 2013 near her home in Virginia. While driving, Mars reportedly fell asleep at the wheel, which resulted in her crossing the center of the highway and crashing straight into a minivan carrying 6 people. Unfortunately, 1 passenger in the minivan died as a result of the collision. Jacqueline Mars managed to survive and only face a misdemeanor reckless driving charge, which could have easily been a felony charge. Mars, along with the other 5 people involved in the crash, are very fortunate to be alive. 3. Mackenzie Scott Bezos, $36 billion. Originally from San Francisco, California, Mackenzie Scott studied at Princeton University and graduated in 1992 and went on to work as an administrative assistant for the D.E. Shaw in New York City after graduating, which is where she met and worked for her future husband, Jeff Bezos. The couple went on to get married in 1993. Mackenzie Scott is also a successful author. In 2006, she won an American Book Award for her debut novel, The Testing of Luther Albright. Not all relationships were meant to last. In 2019, Mackenzie and Jeff Bezos filed for divorce, which led to Mackenzie Scott becoming the 3rd richest woman on Earth and 22nd richest person in the world. As a result of the divorce, Mackenzie Bezos received 25% of her now ex-husband's wealth. 2. Julia Koch, $38.2 billion. At 56, Julia Koch practically became an overnight billionaire. This was a result of her husband David Koch, the former vice president of Koch Industries, dying in August of 2019 at the age of 79. Julia Koch inherited a 42% stake in Koch Industries as her inheritance, which makes her the 2nd richest woman on Earth after only being a billionaire for 1 year. I must admit, this is quite impressive. 1. Alice Walton, $54.4 billion. The richest woman on Earth is quite the title to hold, and Alice Walton, who is the only daughter of Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart, holds this title proudly. At 70 years old, Alice Walton is the 9th richest person on Earth, and no woman on Earth is close to taking her crown as the richest woman alive anytime soon. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss more videos about luxury living and much more. Check out this playlist of my top 10 videos from our channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care!